Hi everyone, I'm CNJ and welcome to CNJ Jamaica. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to join me each and every weekday at 6 p.m. for Let We Talk. In this program, I use various topics to inform, educate, and entertain you. So join me each and every weekday as we come together and talk about various topics. Today we'll be looking on caring for the elderly. Caring for the elderly. But before I do so, let me bring to you my scripture for today. And it is Psalm 27 verse 4. That's Psalm 27 verse 4. And it goes, I have asked the Lord for one thing. One thing only do I want, to live in the Lord's house all my life, to marvel there at his goodness and to ask for his guidance. So that's the wish here in Psalm 27 verse 4, that we ask God for what is most important. And what is most important is for us to live in his house and to marvel at his goodness and to ask for his guidance. So as we go through this time, we always need to remember to ask God for his continuous guidance. Now, a little in the news. For persons who are normally go to the National Water Commission, what they're saying here is that they will be closing all branches. All branches will be closed on Friday at 12 noon. Now remember, we have been saying that there will be weekends where we have to be in. So they're saying that based on the curfew measures, the commercial offices will be closed at noon on Tuesday, April 1st and Friday, April 9th. All right. And they will be closed firstly at 12 p.m. on Friday, March 26th. So if you have to go into the National Commercial Bank offices, remember those dates. And you may call 888 call NWC if you need assistance or more information. All right. So we have to be conscious of the different offices that we visit and how we may be affected by what is happening at this time. Another thing in the news is everybody has been wearing masks and gloves and all those things. And because of these many masks and gloves, pollution, which has been a problem in our society, it is becoming even more so because we're not disposing of our masks and our gloves properly. All right. So in Let Me Talk right now, remember, we have to be happy. We have to be good in this day and age. Please remember to take care of how you dispose of these masks and these gloves. We have a pollution problem and we don't want to get over COVID and then we still have a pollution problem. We die another way. All right. So see how you are disposing of your masks and your gloves. Today, as I said, we'll be talking about taking care of the elderly. And on Sunday on my channel, I featured a video. I'm going to show just the first 3 minutes of it here, and then we're going to go into our discussion for today. So this was my
Genneva Thomas, born 1921, March 20th. Today she celebrates 100 years old. Now, this woman is able to do all the things around the house that her mind gives her to do. Help us to celebrate the birthday of this wonderful, phenomenal woman, Genneva Thomas.
Welcome. And that was my Sunday upload. For persons who may not have yet seen it, you can check out CNJ Jamaica, the same channel, for my Sunday upload. Now, what we're looking on here is that she celebrated 100 years old. 100 years on this earth, She was born in St. Catherine. She moved to St. Thomas, and she had 6 children and a lot of grandchildren right now, and she celebrated 100 years old. But my question for us today now, How are we caring for the elderly that are with us? How are we caring for the elderly? What preparations have we made for those family members that are getting up there in age? All right. We need to have a plan because everybody's getting older. Persons are dying younger. Some people are living until they're older. So we need to have a plan. So what we're going to be talking about today is taking care of our elderly. And I would love if persons tell me, what are you doing in your family? What are you doing to ensure that the elderly persons amongst you are okay? What plans are in place? Are they living with you? Are you putting them somewhere else? What is happening with the elderly persons around you? I'm going to have a retired nurse with me today, and she will be telling us what are some of the things that we should be doing. And then I will also be sure to be showing you some of the things that you ought to do as well. So I want to welcome at this time my very special guest. She doesn't really like this sort of thing, She doesn't like the whole Zoom and all those other things. But we are so happy to have her with us today. And she's going to tell us what we should do with the older persons in our household and so on. And we want to welcome at this time. I'm seeing you. You look very beautiful, Miss Edmond. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
And we are
Thank
seeing
you.
you. We are seeing you in a nice chain and stuff. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for introducing me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you. We are seeing you very well.
All right. Good. Thank you for this time with the seniors. We just welcome you to this program, which is such a wonderful thing that Claudia had, the Lord had inspired her to do, to seek after the elder, because one day we'll get old. We are getting old. We are getting there. So let me start now. Now, people living at home who are seniors, it's very, very important that you try and to be mobile, meaning that you don't sit too long. Like you sit an hour, you should get up and move around. And if you're living with your family, the family should see that you move around. You go out the garden, walk around the yard, and just move about. And also, if you have medication, you should just continue to take your medication, what prescribed by your doctor. And I also would like to tell you when you're getting older, the fluid, you need a lot of fluid. So you need to drink fluid, especially water. Water is so good for you. I know older person don't really like drinking water because it takes them to the bathroom, but I recommend that you drink fluid, especially water.
All right, let me go through some of those that you have done so far so that people are getting it. You're saying number one, move around the house. Don't just stay one place. If you're able to move. Even if it's just to walk from your bedroom to the veranda, move around, you're saying. Then you're saying the next thing, ensure that you're on top of your medication. Don't leave out anything. Make sure. And then the third thing you said is to drink a lot of liquids.
Yes.
All right.
A lot of fluid.
All right. Following you so far. Yes, you can continue.
Yes. Also, when you're sitting down, you either have a radio on, which you can listen to, so it keep your mind busy. You can listen to the radio when the radio's on, and you can listen to that. And so, as well as you have any puzzles, you can do puzzles. It keep your brain going. It keep you occupied. Do some puzzles. Read a lot. Read if you can see to read, or you can manage to read. Read books. Read the Bible. And if you have games, you can play a little game. Keep you occupied. When you sit down and stare,
you need to get the brain, you keep the brain active. You're saying keep the brain active. So you either listen to radio or watch a television if you're able to. If you don't like the radio or whatever you're saying, you need to have a puzzle or a crossword puzzle or a little jigsaw puzzle or something just to keep the brain occupied and moving. Okay.
Yes. And also, when you're getting to sometimes you really don't want to get up and go to the bath and have your shower, but that's very, very important. It get your circulation moving when you have your shower. You could have it in the morning or you could have it in the afternoon. It's very
Okay.
important that having a
Okay.
shower. Yes. And
Mhm.
communicate a lot. Friends, you have young people might come in to see you, and visitors, you just don't isolate yourself. Talk, and communication is so important for
Mhm.
the elderly when they are in, because if not, you get so lonely, we don't want you to get depressed. So you have to make some effort by communicating. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and so on. So and the people who are caring for them, they must see a doctor. If not regularly, even every 6 months, they should really see their doctor to make sure that they're okay and their medication is up to date. Yes.
Mhm.
Um, that's really, let me see. Let me just see. It's good sometimes when you sit down on the chair, you do some exercise, you swing your leg, sit in a high chair and swing your leg, move your arms, do something. Just let your body move, because
Mhm.
it just keep you, it keep your mind occupied because you're thinking what you're doing. So you swing your legs, you move your back, you move forward, and you bend, you go backward and forward and sideways. That means you're doing a little bit of exercise. And plus, when you start to walk around the house, walk from the bedroom maybe to the living room or to the veranda, and so on and so on. So
All right, I'm going to
I
share
think,
with you a little research I did on how to care
yeah,
for the elderly, and
yes,
then you can tell me what are what you think about some of the points
yes,
that I'm going to be making. I will read them to you,
uh-huh,
so you don't have to worry about seeing it. All right,
yes.
I'm going to share it with you because I know that you're very young for your age, but it's just that you're not seeing so well, but you're very young for your age.
Thank you. I can't see very well. Yes,
All right, they're telling me now that they have 14 tips. 14 tips
yes,
for
yes.
caring for the elderly at home. And they're saying that the first tip is that you should make changes in the home. So depending on what is the restriction that the person has, make changes in the home. So if it is that they can't sit on the toilet properly or bed properly because of weak limbs or so on, put up bars in the toilet and the shower. Remove all the cluttering furniture so that they are free to move around. Put
Mm-hmm.
in smoke detectors, or if those things, put away the cables and so on. Make sure that there's a night light at strategic places in the home so that they're able to move around freely. What do you think about that one?
That is very good, very good. And if they have a lot of rugs on the floor, should take them up. Take up the
Okay,
rugs,
take
because
up the
they
road.
tend to chip over the rugs, because some elderly walk and pull their legs, so the rug will roll up and chip them. So they should move all the rugs around the house.
Yes. Okay.
And go on.
And they're saying to make sure that you keep the home as comfortable as possible. So if you can put
Yes.
up, if so that the person feels that comfortable in the house. So if you want to have
Mhm.
certain microphones or camera certain places, but ensure that whatever you
Mhm.
put in the home, the person is comfortable with it.
Yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Because
Because
right,
and
they're saying also
yes,
you can hire someone if they are not able to take care of themselves. Hire someone that will come in from
yes.
time to time or to stay in the home. What you have to say about that one? About a stranger, somebody coming to the house to take care of the elderly. What do you think about that?
That is a good point, but elderly doesn't take to change is so good. So it has to be gradually, and you have to let them understand before you bring the person in to say, look, you are getting, you're not able as you used to, so we're going to get an help for you. How would you like it? You have to speak to them before you just do it.
All right. That's true. So true. You have to respect
Yes.
their opinion, so you have to talk to them about
Yes,
it.
that's
All
right.
right.
Yes.
So they're saying also that when you are going to care for our elderly, we need to cater for it in like the same way you would save up towards your a holiday or to buy
Yes.
grocery. Ensure that you put something in the budget for to take care of your elderly.
Yes, your later days in years, you have to prepare for that, and also the person has got to, you've got to really vet that person, that because it's an elderly who going to a new change.
Yes.
They're coping with being whole, the years of their life has been changed, and then putting someone in, it can throw them a bit. But if you
Yes.
do it, you know, do it with respect, telling them what you're doing, not just throw it at them. Just tell them what you're doing, what is happening,
Okay.
and
Very
and
good.
also the carers, which is a family. You should sit, don't rush, sit and listen. Sometimes elderly want to speak, but the person don't have any time. So it's good to make some time and sit and listen. Let them tell you, and then you can say back to them what you think best.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The next thing that they're saying, number 5, is to visit them often. So
Oh,
if they're living alone or so on, or even if you have a carer there, they're saying that the
yes.
family members should visit often to spend time with
Often.
them.
Yes. That is correct.
If you have hired
Very
somebody,
important.
you need to go to see if the person is keeping the house the way that it should be
Yes.
kept, and make sure
Yes.
that the plants are watered or things, just to ensure that. And this is if the person is living alone or if they have a keeper. Just visit often.
Yes. Yes. Because normally other places do a respite care, because the carer, if it's a daughter, son, or children or grandchildren, they need a break as well. So bringing in someone to help, it's very good.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Then they're also saying there, as you were saying before, regular exercise is very important.
Very important.
Important. They're saying that
Yes.
older persons exercise regularly, they remain protected from diseases, and they may
Yes.
function by 10 to 15 years younger if they have a good exercise regime.
Yes. A good pattern. Yes. That is good too. That is very good.
So the next one is to be very careful with medicine, especially if they are
Yes.
taking the medicine independently. You need to watch for it, and look
Yes.
at how they're taking their medicine, so that that nothing goes wrong where that is concerned.
They also, I don't know if it's here, but they also have a medicine box which daily give you when you put them in each night, you put them in for the next day, then they'll know that this compartment should be empty by the ending of the day.
Okay, great. The next
It's
point
called,
that is
it's called a
made
pill box.
is that
Yes.
we should watch our elderly family member if they are driving, because sometime after a while you're not able to drive as you used to, and you don't want them to get themselves in an accident because they have lost some of their cognitive abilities.
That's correct. That's correct. It's it is true, because I know many family members has to take away the key,
Yeah,
because yeah, yes, it's serious.
yeah. They're also saying
That is
that we
true.
need to be careful with our elderly, that they are not scammed by individuals, because there are a lot of people out there now trying to scam older people. So we need to uh, watch the television, or the telephone, and so on.
Yeah.
Watch a credit card so that there's nobody scamming them.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct, because the people out there, they just think about themselves, and they'll hurt the elderly. They will hurt them, and hurting them is by scamming and doing things which is wrong, and they realize that that person speaks kindly, but it's kindly to get what you have. So
That
you
is
have
it.
to, yeah, the relative have to look out for that.
Yes, yes. The next thing
Mm.
they're saying now is we should get elder person should not be just there by themselves. They need to get involved in activities. So they need to be
Yes,
connected to the outside world. So
yes,
and they need to be able to they should volunteer and do different things and so on. No, don't just remain at home, but be involved in
no,
different activities.
yes, be involved in your church. Something's going on, and you're the family that caring for you or your carer would ask someone to pick you up for church or to go to a, go out somewhere, and they shouldn't be out on their own shopping. They shouldn't be, and they should make a list of what they
Yes,
really need. Who is able can make a
yes.
list and go out to do their little daily things,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
they're losing their independency, and losing your independency, sometimes it's frightening.
Okay, good night, Brenda Rosman. Rossman, thank you for being with us on the program. And for other persons who are here with us, you could put a like and also say good night. Mrs. Edmond would appreciate you just saying hi to her. And she is what
Yes.
I love about Miss Edmond. She is not yet elderly. She's a mature
They are.
lady, but she is learning about the technology and she's not shying away from the technology even though she's not totally comfortable. So she's getting involved in what is happening,
Thank
getting
you.
involved and to be
Yeah.
in the know. And that is what you're keeping
Mm.
your brain active and keeping yourself
Yes.
connected. So they're saying another
Yes.
thing that elderly should do, they should make friends.
Yes.
All right?
Very
Make
important.
friends.
Yes. Yes.
They need to do small things like walking together with their friends, playing games, shopping with their
Yes.
friends, and so on.
Yes.
Because everybody needs
Yes.
company.
Everyone needs company, and when you're getting older, you need it because
Yeah.
you're coping with your changes.
But my question to
Yes.
you, Miss Edmond, at this time, we're talking about them
Mhm.
making friends, getting involved. But how is COVID affecting all of that with elderlies? They now have to remain totally at home. So how, especially in
Yes.
places that are total lockdown, what advice would you give them when they are in total lockdown?
Um, I would think that because you don't just get elderly. You could have friends, your neighbor, you across the road, somebody, you speak to them. So you would, the time comes when it's a lockdown. So you don't just stay indoors. It's just still move around, do your little chores, make a little list. If somebody come by, you'd say, there's a list, can you help me to get some things at the shop? I know that in Jamaica, the people here are very friendly, and the friends that you make when you're getting older in your neighborhood will support you when you get older. Because this lockdown, mentally, it's challenging for the elderly.
Right. There. Yes. And I understand that. Evelyn, good evening, Danielle. Thank you for coming on and listening to us as we talk about caring for the elderly in our communities. And we're sharing some tips that we can use to ensure that our elderly don't feel that they are alone. All right. So we're saying they also should share meals with their with and this is before COVID. They can come together with different seniors at home and share meals. But we're saying now that a lot of these things that we would advise persons to do, they are not able to do anymore because of COVID.
COVID.
But we're
Yes.
saying that even though COVID has affected how we relate, we're saying that within the home, the first set of things that you spoke about, ensure that you're walking about. Walk within the
Yes.
home to keep them occupied. So the elderly should do that. Watch the medication. Hmm? Ensure that you
Yes.
listen to the radio or the TV or play Scrabble or do anything like that to
Yes.
keep your mind occupied. All right.
Occupied. Yes.
You'd have made some friends before. Contact them by telephone,
That's
on
it.
WhatsApp.
Yes.
All right. So you still
Yes.
contact your friends. The good thing nowadays is that with all these different apps we have, we can see our friends and we can talk to them as well. So we can see them and talk to them so that we keep in contact with our friends. All right.
That's right.
Any other advice
Yes.
for the elderly while they're during this pandemic, Miss Edmond?
During
How
this
do you
pandemic,
keep in contact with your friends?
by phone, by WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
meeting. Well, you don't meet up, but you would say with church family, you meet, and
Yes.
yes. So you
Because I've
it's
seen you
very
in the Zoom
difficult.
exercise. I've seen you in the Zoom
Yes.
exercise in the morning. So you get up and you do
Thank
it.
you.
When you feel like it, you come to the Zoom exercise. You come when the church
Yes.
is having any activity on YouTube or on Zoom. You're there as well, right? Even though your eyesight is a little affected, you still come and you're a part of it.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I'd say the elderly in this pandemic time, we are as lockdown. It's not a good time, but we have to make good. And I'd say to read, and just read and read again, and call your friends on WhatsApp or so on, and then you will overcome. You will overcome, because the word said, if your mind is stayed on God in the word, it will make perfect peace. And we just need that peace that passeth this understanding right now. Yes.
Very good.
And
Very good.
so we have to really read and read again.
Mm-hmm.
Drink,
All right.
drink, drink,
And
drink water.
I know your husband is sitting right beside you. So, and
Yeah.
let me just say to everyone who is on this live that Mrs. Edmond and Mr. Edmond, just let us see him. They celebrated last week 56 years. So you need to turn on the veranda light. Turn on the veranda light, Mr. Edmond, because we're not seeing you.
It's dark. Is it getting dark now?
Yeah, it's because
Yes.
they're on their veranda. They just
Yes.
celebrated. Ah, now we're seeing you again. So Mr. and Mrs. Edmond, they just celebrated during this pandemic 56 years of marriage. These
Yes.
two, yes. So I just want to wish you all publicly a happy
Thank you.
anniversary. And I
Thank
know
you.
both of you are, you have been through a lot together and God has been keeping you. And I know that
Yes.
you're far away from your children, but I'm
Yes.
sure they call you and talk to you all the time and they encourage you
Every
and
day.
you are encouraging them. So
Yes.
happy anniversary to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
So
Good night.
good night, everyone. So this is CNJ, and this was Let We
Yes.
Talk, and we were
Yes.
looking on how do we take care of our elderly. And we had with us Carmen Hedman. She's a retired nurse. And see you tomorrow at 6 when we look on another topic. Remember, Let We Talk is a program that comes on at 6 p.m. every evening
Yes.
where we use various topics to inform, educate, and encourage you. So see you again tomorrow at 6. Bye for now,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye,
Bye.
Claudia.